Yo, what's up everybody? So we are back with another video here. We are going to do daily recaps, okay, daily. So today is 2026, January 27th. So let's start. I'm not gonna explain any concept, anything here. I'm just gonna say the daily recap. You can ask in the comments a specific thing to get explained, or in Discord, which is free by the way. So we can see that the last couple of days have been respecting bullish fair value gaps and overall PD arrays. We have been disrespecting bearish fair value gaps, and specifically right here we respected the 4 hour. On ES, even more obvious, disrespected the bearish here, here. So we respected the bullish, bullish, bullish. So definitely I was hella bullish today. I had clear drawn liquidity right here. Not that one, sorry. Right here, which I called it out in the live session. And now my next drawn liquidity is right there, and we also have a daily fair value gap up there. Unmitigated one, by the way. So that was my 4 hour, definitely fully bullish. Now on the hourly chart, we can see that it's even more obvious that we are pushing high. You know, we are disrespecting bearish PD arrays. Like, well, this part is just accumulation, so we're not gonna look at that. But look at this: disrespected, disrespected, disrespected. So we're just pushing higher, respecting bullish ones, bullish PD arrays. So down here I had London lows and I had Tokyo highs, which we swept in London, so I didn't look at that. On ES, we have the same thing, London lows here. Once I drop to one, actually I want to show one more thing. On hourly, we can see that on ES, we did not tap this fair value gap, but on NQ we did, so that's a SMT fair value gap, okay? So, not a clear SMT with highs and lows, but we did have SMT fair value gap. It was definitely very clear that the day was going to go higher. So on the 15-minute, this is the chart, nothing specific, just equal lows just got swept. We did have the SMT at the high, but nothing to care about for me. Now, this is why I didn't take this trade here. So here I have this fair value gap right on the 2-minute. 5-minute I'm not gonna look at because it's way smaller. So on the 2-minute, I had this fair value gap. Okay, so now a lot of people did take this trade here, but honestly, it wasn't a plus setup for me or even a for me, so I did not take it. Off of discretion, it is pretty good trade, I'd say, but not mechanical. I don't trade mechanical at all because I don't believe mechanical works on ICT, or maybe very low ROI. So reason why I didn't take this trade on discretion is because we did inverse. We did come all the way up here, so you could have taken this fair value gap, but that's not what I trade. I wait always for a good inverse, and I make sure in the same leg I don't have multiple FVGs. So now because I had on the 1-minute, I had to go to the 2-minute, which I had only 2 fair value gaps, as you can see. So on the 1-minute, when we inverse this one here, we actually respected this huge fair value gap here, so I didn't enter. And on the 2-minute, my entry was gonna be this, for your information, something like this. That's what I was looking at, but I didn't like the trade. So on the 2-minute, you can see that we respected the 1-minute, came down, then we closed above. So this is where I think I should have entered, but not that I should have entered. It's just like that's where I could have entered, because I like, if I had this trade again, I would definitely not take it. Actually, I will do a bit more journaling to understand that, but for now, no. So the drawn liquidity is obvious. That's an accumulation. We just manipulated. You gotta aim for the distribution at least this, and then you have the higher time frame. Equal highs right here, as you can see. That line is the high that I just marked out on the hourly, and equal highs up there. So perfect drawn liquidity. The whole setup was actually great. The entry part was what messed me up. So what I did was I was forward testing. I didn't take it on any accounts, but I did forward test the trade like this right here, and it did work out. But yeah, I didn't take it. So that was the day. This was the only probable trade before 10 a.m. You can ask any questions you have in the comments. Everything was solid. above 5 minutes. Everything was aiming bullish. We had everything perfectly. I would rather have a 50-minute SMT. That's kind of missing. But other than that, on the entry was just not good for me. I just didn't like the setup. I could have entered anywhere around this area, but that would be a bit too close to my initial drawn liquidity, the priority drawn liquidity, and I didn't like that, so I didn't take that. Now then, I did have this 5 minute. Let me clear the charts real quick. Actually, no, I'll just do this. So I did have this setup here, which I was heavily invested in taking it. I even took it, but I did get hit break even. So this was my 5 minute fair value gap here, and as you can see, I am definitely aiming for these highs on both charts. So that's what I'm aiming for. Is that no, that's not. So that's what I'm aiming for on ES, and this is what I'm aiming for. Well, this was taken already, so oh, my bad. This was taken. So I'm aiming up there, right? So 5 minute huge fair value gap. Okay, that's great. And then I had this fair value gap right here. Okay, let me mark that it was black. Okay, so I had this fair value gap right here, and on NQ I didn't take the trade because it was already past the liquidity, but here this was what I took. Now my initial stop loss was at the fair value gap low, but when I went to before going to break even, my stop loss, I brought it down here. So if I had let that played out, I would be almost 1 to 2, but my aim would be all the way up there, which is 1 to 3. It's good, it's something I can learn from. Where did I go break even? I did go break even right when I took this high, because with that sweep we also created a 5 minute SMT at the highs, as you can see. This with this, that's an SMT. That's what we created. So I chose to step back, just put a break even, and survive one more day, as that's the goal. Now down here we had SMT with a small or moderate, like average fair value gap. I could have taken that, but again, look at where we did the close. We closed all the way up there, even when sweeping the liquidity. So no valid setups for me for this day. Now we are in a new fair value gap. Matter of fact, okay, we are in a new fair value gap. We have huge fair value gap SMT. If we inverse this candle right there, I might look for longs all the way to that high right there, but it's almost 11 a.m. Matter of fact, it is like in 1 minute it will be 11 a.m. and I usually stop at 11 a.m. or 11:30 and I head to the gym. So that's gonna be the daily recap for today. 2 possibilities, 1 continuation trade. Pretty good setup. Not pretty good, but like a B setup, I would say. It was just missing more context on the entry side, and the trade down here, same for me, just missing, there was a lot of fair value gaps and not a good inverse with a good retap entry. So that's the day. Thank you for watching. We'll be back tomorrow. Stay safe, y'all.